And talking about the progress, I guess, because obviously we're a long way away, right? Certainly from phase two, and well, maybe not a long way from phase two, but certainly from phase three. What are your thoughts on where we're up to? Have we made enough progress? Are there areas that you're disappointed we haven't gone into yet? What's your thoughts so far?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I don't think that we've made enough progress in the fact that I want more to happen. Like, I want to be able to be in the VR on my land, building and interacting. And I know that that's, probably at least a year or two away, because VR is going to take a long time for that large of a platform. But I really can't. I think in phase two, we should be able to at least place pre-made structures on our land and then go around in like a Farmville type status and collect our resources, which is going to bring an extra layer of actual gameplay. So I say I do want it to progress, and I don't think that we've progressed far enough for it to be as entertaining as it needs to be to keep everybody coming back day to day at this point. But then we're only 5 months in, and a lot has happened and a lot of changes have been made, and there's been a lot of people join the game. So I don't feel like we're really, actually, I guess we're only 4 months in. So 4 months, a lot has happened, but we still need to have more. I mean, that's basically what it is. You can see that people are getting a little bit bored that have been there for the 3 or 4 months, because it's essentially the same stuff that's happening now as was happening then. But that's not very much time. So while I wish that more had happened, it makes me feel impatient, because I know it's not much time, but I want to be in VR on my land.
Right. And
for sure.
The way you talked about phase two there, I think that's different to how I pictured phase two. Do you think phase two will enable us to put buildings on land and start to see it on a PC in like 3D and things? Is that what you picture phase two as? Or I always thought that was more phase three, but I guess maybe phase three is the VR side then.
Oh yeah, no, I think that based on that terrain video that they had, where they had the city off in the distance, I'm sure you saw that picture, and the fact that they're talking about resource generation already, and I believe that the buildings will be key. I think you'll have to have the buildings in order to get the resources to generate. Like, there's going to be some sort of gold mining building that you have to stick on your tiles in order to mine that gold. I'm not 100% sure, obviously, because they haven't released any concrete details, but I feel like we're going to have to be able to build either to begin production or increase production of resources on our land. And so I think they're going to have to enable that. Even if it's not really 3D, we could still be looking at a 2D map and just have those buildings there as placeholders.
What do you think, Dave?
Mate,
phase two will be, like Kevin thinks, like buildings. That's you're with that?
Like on even on a 2D kind of map. Yeah. Look, I know what I don't want it to be, which is pretty much just what it is now. You get lit. You don't see lit, right? You just see it on a screen. Like, this is how much lit you accumulated. I don't want to see this is how much essence you accumulated on like an Excel sheet. I mean, that's not gameplay to me, and that's really boring. So I don't want to see that. Progress is seeing buildings. Yeah, I agree with Kevin. Progress is seeing buildings, whether it's a little 3D model or like tiny model building on your map. That's progress, and I'll accept that. But yeah, I don't think the fun stuff will happen until 3 at least.
Right.
Yeah. How about you? What do you reckon?
I agree. I mean, to be honest, when I think of phase two, I guess I'm almost thinking like Clash of Clans style, where you can kind of log into your account, tap on your collectors, maybe pick some of your essence or your materials or things like that. I mean, even that element will be great. And I think what will make it more interesting, I think, is the resale market of properties. I think that's going to add a huge dynamic. If you can start selling properties that have buildings on, like I don't even know what happens to the market price. It would almost mean nothing, wouldn't it? Because you go, well, is it an empty tile or is it a tile with 1,000 essence spent on it, which is now this level 4 gold mine or whatever it might be? How do you start to work that into the secondhand market if you then want to sell that property on? I think that's going to be And the whole eco around that is, I think, it's going to be really, really interesting.
Yep.
I've thought about it, but I'm not quite sure like how they'll do it, whether they'll change the marketplace a little bit and you'll be able to start searching by the level of property or what it's producing. Because I'm guessing people can sell a property as this is a gold producing land, right? I'd guess that's where the value comes from. So,
well, that's what they do on Decentraland, right? In Decentraland, people are selling tiles, but they say, oh, I've got a level 4 unit block or level 4 power plant or whatever like that. And yeah, they're going for extra, you know, the higher the level of production you have on that tile, the more money that people are asking for. So yeah, potentially.
That'd be good. And do you think that phase 2 will be enough for it to go from 300,000 users to like 1 million? I mean, do you think that the launch of phase 2, when everything like this is enabled, is that going to be the kickstart that gets us to like 1 million users, or is it going to be later on?
I think any kind of progress, any kind of gameplay is going to be enough to triple the user base, because right now there's not much to do other than purchase tiles. Even the marketplace, you can sell them, but the marketplace isn't very well defined, and there's not very many filters on there, so it's difficult to navigate. We wind up going to external websites to do that navigation, right? Like Earth2 Stats or something like that.
Yep.
So any kind of progress that they can make in app that makes everything more convenient and easier to navigate, and then in addition has some sort of interesting gameplay, even if it is a Farmville type game, or like you mentioned, Clash of Clans is much more entertaining to me than Farmville. So if we had some sort of tech tree that we could build from within the game during phase 2 that would be beneficial to us once phase 3 opens, that's gonna spur a lot of activity. And it's also, I think, going to keep people from selling their land so much, because right now people are just trying to flip it for a quick buck. But if they can see that they're actually working towards a goal that's, you know, close time wise to coming to fruition, I think that'll keep people entertained enough that there's not as many land sales dragging down the secondary market prices.
Yeah, I think you're right. I only hope that they don't do the build times that Clash of Clans do. I think they're like 14 days an upgrade now. Like,
oh really? Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I'm a big Clash of Clans guy. Cool.
Yeah, and I also wonder, like the Decentraland market, or the population is obviously more mature. They've been out longer than Earth 2. I wonder what the population of players that they have. You know, do they have 300K? Because they've been out for a number of years now. So it'd be interesting to kind of see the stats on that.
I logged into Decentraland because I had never really looked into it. And I logged in about a month ago, created an account and went to the main central hub to like interact with people. There was nobody there. It was completely empty. I don't know if there's different servers or different versions of it, but when I went there, there was nobody there at all. So I'm guessing they don't have 300,000 users. I wouldn't have thought.
God, that's the nightmare for Earth 2, right?
Yeah, I think it's minuscule. Decentraland, but I mean, you can walk around in Decentraland. I've watched videos of people doing that. I haven't set up an account. I did buy some mana just in case I wanted a plot there. I could burn it however you burn it in order to get a plot. I bought 1,000 mana, but I haven't played the game. But even people walking around, it didn't look like there was actual gameplay. You were just walking around in Decentraland. Are there games you can play?
I think there are. Yeah, they've got things like casinos as well, where you can go and gamble your mana and play casino games and other things like that.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. Don't do it though, Kevin. The house always wins.
Yeah.
unless it's Kevin's house.
Yeah, then it doesn't win.
Yeah. You run your own casino, like you say, you're fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
I'll probably get somebody in there on a roll and shut me down.
Did you also want to talk a bit about buying locations? Because I shameless plug here, but I did my last video was all about buying locations, and I think a lot of people are interested in still trying to figure out strategies around what should they be buying, where should they be buying, and then there was a few comments actually on my video that were really interesting. I think they were from Kraken. Around not only because obviously they've got the various categories, like mega cities for sure is going to be an option, capital cities and high population areas, the scarce ones like your Monaco and the Vatican. But he raised a good point around the teleportation side of things and the 750 tiles or having huge plots where you can essentially own an entire area. And I wonder if the value of things like the teleportation areas is going to be huge in the future, more so than just having, 50 tiles, 100 tiles within a mega city, whether having that 750 and the revenue that it could bring is going to be much more important. So I'd love to hear what your buying strategies are and when you are buying tiles, what are you thinking about? What are you focusing on? I don't know if you want to kick off, Dave or Kevin. What do you think?
I don't even know how the teleportation works. I thought like nearly every tile will have its own unique link to teleport.
Yeah, I think it will. But I think the bigger the tile, the shorter the name and the more desirable it will be. So I guess if you're sorting a list of, I want to teleport to Liberia, maybe the short one comes at the top and you're on page 46.
Right.
And if someone's a player in the game, maybe they don't own tiles, maybe they're just a player, maybe they own some of these base tiles, they would probably just go, well, I want to go to Liberia search. The top one says number 1. They'll just go click, spend my 10 essence. Now I'm in Liberia, and that person gets the 10 essence as the fee for teleporting somebody. I'm thinking that's the way it might go. So you've got that kind of residual income of people using your teleporter.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. Well, my strategy is no strategy.
That's easy.
It also helps because I have no money. So,
right.
By default, I have no strategy.
Free tiles. Yeah, that's your strategy.
My strategy is to find your golden egg.
Yeah. Oh, no chance. Stay away. So you have no strategy. Kev, what about your strategy?
Well, I've started buying bigger tiles. Initially, I bought one of my the first property that I bought was like a bunch of the rides at Knott's Berry Farm, which is a theme park here in California. And the tiles weren't connected. And I bought a bunch of them at one time because I didn't know what was going on. And so now I have this big disconnected, highly valuable property that I wouldn't be able to sell for anything close to what the new tile price is. But I probably can't put a bunch of buildings in it either because all the tiles are disconnected. So then once I realized that I had done that, I started purchasing little 1, 2, 4 tile plots because I thought, these are going to be much easier to resell in the future because they're not such a high price. So I'll be able to get a higher percentage of the new tile price for these plots. Now, of course, they come out and they say that the larger tile plots have their own benefits and that you can get the shorter Earth2 property location or EPL teleportation areas like David was saying. And so then I was like, well, oh no, now I can. And then also a lot of the buildings look to be pretty big. I'm not going to be able to put them on my little properties. So I have all these little properties, even if they're right next to each other and contiguous, they're separate properties. And I don't know when or if we're going to be able to merge them. They've mentioned it a couple of times, but then they kind of backtrack on that too. So it's hard to tell exactly when or if they're going to be able to be merged. So I started trying to buy bigger plots, but of course that's expensive. And I'd already spent most of the money in the game that I wanted to. So I bought one 750 tile plot in the marketplace. I think one time I found one that was at a pretty good discount and I had just enough money in my account to buy it. So I did.
Oh, nice.
I can't even remember where it was, Mauritania or something, some obscure place like that. But I don't have very big properties. I wish I had bigger properties because I don't want to resell them really. I'd rather get resource generation and permanent income from them rather than resell them. So the strategy that I had early on isn't ideal for my goals now.
Makes sense. And I don't own any 750. I think the biggest plot I own is about 130, something like that. So I think you can get a 750 for about $300. Because I was looking the other day, I was thinking, can I get one? I think the cheapest was about $280 to $300 in some remote part of somewhere. I don't think you're going to get many visitors. So I guess location and volume is key, right? You've got to have the biggest plot in the best location, as always. But that comes with the biggest price.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So if you're going to go for 750 in a remote, obscure location, you're probably just doing it for resource generation.
Yeah. I think so, which might be important because if the essence is if it's a 1-to-1 ratio, then great, the cheaper the better. But I do wonder whether they will incorporate price into essence. I feel like they should. because I think it almost feels a little bit unfair if you've got $40,000 worth of property in the US and it's generating the same as $300 in another part of the world. You know, I know that essence isn't everything, or resources isn't everything. Well, we don't know, I guess, really yet what it is, but I feel like they should tie it into tile price in a way, because it will help boost the economy as well. People won't be selling 80% off US if it's producing 10,000 times more or 5,000 times more resource, would it? So I don't know whether they'll do that.
Yeah, you can go down the rabbit hole, especially with the recent announcement saying base tiles. We're going to introduce base tiles now, and definitely saying that class 1 to 5 there will be advantages. Like that's a surety now. So, and how they're going to split that between, you know, what will tile class 1 essence produce versus tile class 5, for example. So, a lot to play out.
Lot to figure out. And then we've got Dubai. That's the next one, right?
Man, I have no chance.
We've got the countdown to the countdown. So we've is it Friday, right? The countdown starts this Friday for Dubai.
Oh, okay, that's news to me. Fantastic.
Oh, really? You need to watch my channel. I'll keep you posted.
Mate, I do watch your channel. I was like, bell notifications on.
But we don't know how long the countdown will be. And obviously the terrain video was 4 days, something like that. So it might not be a 24-hour countdown. So certainly in the next, I guess, 7 days, we're going to have Dubai. Are you going to be, we're all in different time zones, right? We're completely across the world, from Australia, US, and UK. Are you going to be waiting up ready to buy, or are you just not that bothered? And you'll just be like, if I get some, I get some. And if not, so be it.
No, I'll be setting an alarm. If I'm at work, there's nothing I can do about it. But if I'm not at work, I'll be trying to get some tiles there. I've been saving some dry powder in my account just for Dubai. So I'm hoping I get to spend it. But yeah, if you're incapacitated, there's nothing you can do about it. You know, it's kind of a bummer, but I should know that once I see the countdown. I should know for sure whether I'm going to be available or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Calling sick.
Yeah.
And then do a video about
whatever you need to do. Yeah, whatever it takes, Kevin.
Yeah.
Earth2.
I'll call in sick, and then I'll go in there and try to buy tiles, and I'll get locked out anyway. The servers will all shut down because there's like 400,000 people.
Yeah.
I think that is going to happen. I think the servers are going to crash.
Do you? I hope not. I really do, because it's kind of like the test, right? If they can't even keep a server up for buying one country, then what hope is there for an entire VR world? But I know that's going to come later and more investment. But I really, really hope that they stay up and it works well.
Hopefully, you're right.
Yeah, I hope so. What about you, Earthbound? Are you bothered about it, or are you?
Oh, look, I'd like to get, literally, I have 0 class 1 tiles. They're all they're all 2. So if I manage to get 1, they will be my first class 1 tiles. And like, if I was to go for it, and again, agree with Kevin, depends on time zone. You know, if I have to wake up at 3 a.m. in the morning just to click on some tiles, like, hopefully the neighbors don't see me, because they probably think I'm doing something seedy. But yeah, I don't know if I have to wake up at 3 a.m. Probably not. Will I try to buy some? Yeah, I'll try to buy some if everything works out. I'd have to go to the like obscure places in Dubai, like not the main city, obviously, because everyone's going to go there.
You're not going to buy the Burj Khalifa.
Yeah, and I'm not too confident about their servers as well. And let's say they do crash, right? The first few that manage to get in, they're going to take it all. 10 cents a tile. Like, you know, I hear people saving up thousands of dollars just for Dubai.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Wow. There's going to be a few happy people and a lot of disappointed people on that launch day, for sure.
Are you camping out for it?
Yeah. I'm not sleeping. I may even. I was thinking I may even live stream it, just because I think I'm going to get so angry that it keeps crashing and I can't get tiles. I'm going to end up smashing the computer and just quitting the entire thing. So I might
live quality content.
Yeah, exactly. Right. That's what people want to see. But I know I will be up night or day. Yeah. Hopefully everyone will
pay to watch that.
If I live stream it, everyone will be watching the stream and me getting angry and smashing stuff. They'll forget to buy tiles for themselves. And then
nice strategy.
Yeah. I thought it through.
We've worked you out now.
It's true. It's true. Cool. Was there anything else you guys wanted to cover?
No, well that's a good start, I reckon. That's we've covered quite a bit. As the game progresses, I'm sure there's going to be heaps more to talk about. But yeah, just get the mature content rolling, guys. I mean, start making those NFTs for those mature galleries.
You just want mature NFT content. That's all you want.
That's all I want.
That is coming. That is coming.
Awesome. Cool. Well, thank you for the chat. I appreciate it. And obviously we'll I expect we'll do this again at some point. With the next big update, maybe we'll catch up and share some thoughts. But it's been great hearing what you guys think. And I think we've all got slightly different opinions, different strategies. So it's good to get an insight.
Yeah. You guys are deep in there. I'm representing the people that can't afford to put money into this game.
I am too. I haven't got much yet. I think I'm only about $400 in. I really haven't put much in.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. What's your portfolio sitting at?
About $2,800.
Okay.
So not too bad. I flipped a few, made a few $100 flipping, but I think Dubai, I may double or triple my investment with Dubai if I can get some. So we'll see.
Yeah. So how much money are you planning to send to Dubai?
I'll probably have at least $600 in the balance, I think.
Right. Okay. That's a lot of tiles.
I don't think I'll spend it. I don't think I'll be able to. I only want to buy class 1. I won't buy class 2s. I think, I can buy class 2s anytime. So I'm only going to buy class 1. So I'll probably get to maybe 1 plot, 2 plots if I'm lucky. But we'll see. Yeah.
How about you, Kevin? Are you saving up your pennies for Dubai as well? How much money are you willing to spend?
About $1,200.
Wow.
If I can, but like David said, I really don't think I'm going to be able to. I mean, that's just I just hope so, but the reality is I think that if we can get in whatever money we spend, if we can get in that first day in Dubai, whatever money we spend, we could liquidate half the tiles within a week and get that money back and still have half the tiles that we bought. So that's kind of my strategy for it, is to spend as much as I possibly can there that first day, and then possibly liquidate about half of it once the value doubles. That way I can get my money back out of it.
Yeah.
And still have some tiles.
And then you got free tiles, haven't you? I think that's a smart thing to do.
Yep.
Awesome.
You guys got your investment heads on. That's smart.
Yeah.
I'm just in it for the game.
If it was like a real investment, with my experience, once I bought Dubai, it would immediately go down to 1 cent, because it's always gold when I'm buying and lead when I'm selling. So that's what would happen if it was a true investment.
But in that case, if you're buying Dubai, I'm out. I'm not interested. I don't want your
that's
curse.
You can have it all.
Fade Kevin. That's the plan.
Awesome.
Not financial advice.
Yeah, definitely not.
No.
Yeah.
Not financial
Everyone's
advice.
Disclaimer.
That's me. I tell Gag, right? That's the person that I have that I tell. Great Aunt Gertrude. I say, I can't tell you, but I can tell Gag what to do. And that's what I'm telling her.
Is that your loophole?
That's my loophole. Yeah, that's the way I'm phrasing it. Add a little bit of try to add a little bit of humor to the disclaimers that we all hear all the time.
Yeah.
I do love your intros, Kevin. Your videos, they're brilliant. Every day is different. I need to do something like that. I need to steal that idea and do the different intros.
Yeah. I want to know what.
Yeah, there's a couple of people that seem to. Yeah, there's a couple of people that seem to like it. I'm pretty sure that most people just think it's as cheesy as can be, which is okay with me.
Yeah, no, it's funny. It's great. I'm definitely stealing it though. Oh, did you see actually? Did you see the video that Bold Combo did?
Recently?
No, I've been wrapped up
yesterday. But But it was really cool. And I'm so gutted because I started watching his video and then I had this idea of something he said. And I was like, oh my God, that's going to be I got to do that video. And then I carried on watching his video and it was it. And basically he did a video of it's basically the year 2024. Earth 2 is this. And it was basically like, he did the video as if it was in the future and all the relationships and partnerships and how Earth 2 has become the go-to place. And I was like, it's such a good idea for a video. But he's just done it. But yeah, you should definitely check that out if you haven't seen it.
Oh, definitely check it out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, you should do it anyway and just put your spin on it.
Yeah, maybe I will. Maybe I'll just dub over his one. I'll just do the words and let him steal his voice and just mouth over it.
You're the go-to channel at the moment. Better?
You think? Well, I appreciate it. I don't know.
You're blowing up.
Learning. It's because I spend too much time on it. You guys are branching out and doing a lot more interesting stuff around NFTs and other areas, but I'm just like core Earth 2 only. I've made like 14 videos about how to buy tiles, you know. I'm just too immersed.
How do you click on one tile?
Specialized.
Yeah, I mean, I'm loving it. I must admit.
The only reason.
So go on.
The only reason I've even reached out and done anything else is because I'm so ADD. Like I just can't focus for more than 3 weeks on any one thing, so I have to bounce around. That's all.
Yeah.
Same as that.
Yeah, same. Like the hype train is slowing down for me. You know,
there is only so
still
much
excited.
you can say. Yeah, there is a limit though, isn't there, to what you can cover. And I think the next stage is going to change everything. I genuinely do. I think when we go to resources and we go to upgrading properties and buildings and sites, I think we've kind of got a proper game then. Even at a basic level, we've got a proper game. And I think that is going to be the big changing point for me. And for a lot of content creators, I think we'll see a lot more content creators pop up. I think at the moment it's quite difficult, but if you start throwing in, upgrade your building to level 10 and do this and that and the other, I think we'll suddenly see lots more people popping into the community.
Yeah, especially if you see different countries, putting their own spin on Earth 2 content.
Yeah.
Like, it's starting to blow up a little bit at that point in time. And like, I want to see the milestones and the roadmap, right? It's like, I know, what's that other Asian fellow on the dev team? Dylan.
Oh,
that's his name.
Dylan, yeah, CEO, yeah.
Yeah, like he said, we don't want to have a roadmap or whatever. But man, I want to see a roadmap because I want to know when this mobile app is going to roll out. When they're going to introduce different platforms. I think they even mentioned that it's going to be cross-platform, as in console, potentially at one point in time.
And that's what they hope for, right? Start on PC and then go out to console.
Yeah, that's like hefty and very ambitious goals. And I always have to remind myself, what's that video I made? Chronology of Illyria or whatever it was. And that took 4 years and that tanked. And I'm just not pissing on anyone's parade, but at the end of the day, it's fingers crossed this thing takes off.
Yeah, but, they're doing one of what is probably the hardest thing to do. One, they're launching a video game, which is super, super hard anyway to do. And then they're trying to do it on groundbreaking technology that's never been seen before in a virtual world. What they're trying to achieve is huge, isn't it? So the success rate, if you had to predict it, would be really low. There's probably like a 90% chance it won't work. We're kind of hoping that 10% will come through. I think they've got the team, so we'll see. But it's a huge undertaking. Even 5 months, 4 months in, 5 months in, they've achieved something, but it's a long, long way to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially allowing all of us to be.
Sorry, Kevin, go ahead.
Especially allowing all of us to be owners in the game. Like I could totally see Facebook or Google coming out with a platform that's like this worldwide game, but allowing other people to bring games into that game and then allowing people to own different properties and managing all of these income accounts and sales and everything, that makes it exponentially more difficult to implement, I think.
Yeah be interesting if they can do it. I think there must be a way, and I'm sure that's if they're going to do that true metaverse. I mean, that's it, isn't it? It's that you don't have to go out of the game to go onto your Facebook feed. Like everything is just in that one place. You can play your Xbox in Earth 2 or whatever it might be. Like that's the ultimate dream, I guess.
The clincher for them, I think, is the VR. That is the winning ticket for them. Like if it's just going to be a desktop kind of immersive game, like there's a ton out there already. Like the winning ticket is if they can make this VR. And I think they can. So good luck to them.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that's the only reason why I'm involved in it, is looking forward towards that, metaverse, VR, totally immersive world. I mean, I'm happy to play the game along the way and enjoy, like you said, a console or